Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of YYYC, a show where we uncover,
discover,
and present to you
the talent shaping Calgary's urban identity. I'm Yasmene.
I'm Telly, and in today's episode we meet with the one and only
Papa 17. What up?
Hey, 17. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Episode of YYYC, a show presented to you by YYC Records.
And Buzz 403.
You know, team out. How you doing, fam?
I'm good. I'm always good, baby. You know me.
This Sunday.
The vibe.
The vibe?
The vibe.
Oh, you're jumping us on the vibe already. We can't even take any breaks.
Okay,
my bad.
It's fine.
I want the vibe, man. Talk to us about the vibe, because that's what, April 1st?
Yeah, it's April 1st, Music Calgary.
What's going on with that?
Man, all I gotta say is, yo, it's gonna be different. What we're bringing to the city is something that I believe that hasn't been done before, you know? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring a raw, authentic hip-hop scene to the city. It's gonna take some time. It's not gonna be easy, you know what I'm saying? But when we get it, and when we bring it here, watch it just grow and grow and grow. We know it's going to be unstoppable because there's so many hip-hop artists in the city that the other hip-hop artists in the city don't know anything about. It takes forever for people to get connected in this city, I feel like. Even though the city's so small, everybody knows each other. Yeah. So what we're trying to do with the vibe is we're just trying to get people's music out. Because I know if somebody makes it off of the vibe, I make it too. 20 Kilos makes it, Ticket makes it, Cash Coley makes it. You know, I understand that logic. You know what I mean? If you don't understand it, then you're dumb.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, you don't get that, so that's what that's about. We're gonna make that. It's gonna be, we're gonna have performances. It's gonna be a twerking competition for the artists. We're paying them with liquor. You know what I mean? As the thing get bigger and bigger, we're obviously gonna pay them with liquor, and we're gonna pay them with money. Nice. I'm not trying to do that's what I'm trying to do. Is like so many artists out here put so much time and effort into their craft, but they don't get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? And they should. They should. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to actually bring money into people's pockets here. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do it. Yeah. You know, we're doing it now. Sheesh. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man. All right. You know,
preaching already. All right. Like, I'm going to take you a little back.
Okay, my bad.
Because right now we are, that's 17, 2018, doing it for the city. Yeah. Before we get to there, 17, where everything got started for 17. Let's start with, how did you come up with the name 17?
When I was 17 years old, I saved one of my boys' lives at a house party. I ended up getting stabbed in the neck. Wow. That's why I got this scar on my neck.
Oh shit. And
we were at a house party, whatever. This huge house party broke out. Next thing you know, people are fighting in the streets, man. It's just a huge brawl. Boy was on top of somebody, and he was hitting somebody pretty bad. And I came outside and I seen this guy go to the back of this red Honda Civic, comes out with this cricket bat. And it's like it's a big cricket bat, and it's brand new. It's a new cricket bat. It's still in the plastic seal, everything. This guy runs over to my boy, and he's about to hit him. Obviously, I see that, so I step in front, and he broke the cricket bat over my arm. No lie, and it was hanging by the sticker on the cricket bat. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm telling him, because I wasn't trying to fight. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I wasn't out there, starting this shit. This shit got started. My boys were involved, obviously. Yeah. Whatever it is, right? So I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, like, chill. He's looking at me. He's wailing in at me and shit. And he looks at me. He's like, he kind of just stopped or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I see somebody else go to the back of the same car because the trunk is open. I'm in front of the car directly, in front of it, because that's where my boy was on top of the other guy. And someone goes to the car and grabs this big pole. At the time, I thought it was like a vacuum pole. You know what I mean? It was huge. It's like a fucking pole like this. But it's nighttime. I can't really see it. Right? So next thing you know, I see him, my other boy just sees what's going on. He just died. Like all of a sudden I see in his face, look like he's seen a ghost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I wouldn't be that scared if it was just a pole. So obviously he's chasing him and it's dark. And he the guy hit him in the back, some shit, the guy fell down and then rolled over. And then all of a sudden this guy was on top of him, pretty much about to go down on him, and I realized he was on the street light. It's a fucking sword. So I went over there. I'm 17 years old. I went over there. We're in high school still, and all this shit's going on. There's some crazy shit that happens here. So I went over there. I grabbed this shit, right? And I got a scar here too on my hand. And then I kind of pushed the guy back. And then when the guy kind of when he kind of went back, he kind of jabbed it somehow. You know what I'm saying? And it just went in and out. Now this time I'm bleeding. My blood is it's going fucking 30 feet. It's crazy how much blood can come out of your neck. And it's going crazy. My other boy rips off his shirt right away, comes over to me and grabs it. And I'm I'm obviously the first thing is don't panic. And don't swallow. I was watching this thing on ER a week before that, and it was don't swallow. If you ever get hit with your jugular vein or anything like that, you can't swallow. Because if you swallow, your jugular vein will go into your body, and you'll have seconds to live because you'll get drowned with blood, and you won't be able to breathe, right? So I'm right away, that was the first thing that came to my mind. So I'm slobbering, and there's no blood coming out of my mouth yet, so I know that's a good sign, right? So blood's everywhere. My pants are soaked. I can feel everything shrinking up because blood, it soaks shit up. So next thing you know, I'm like, whatever, and then this girl, she was there, she brought me to the hospital, whatever, I seen her, so I hop in the car, she brings me to the hospital, we'll go through red lights and shit, you know, I'm feeling dazy and woozy, and it's like, yo, it's true what they say, like, when you see a light flash before your eyes, that's just not a joke. You see, like, certain moments, you know what's crazy? One moment came to me.
What?
It was the craziest moment ever, and it came to me like I was reliving it for the fucking first time. Only one moment. Like, you obviously think about your parents, whatever, but you relive like the happiest moment of your life. And honestly, like, it's fucked. So I was in the EB Games with my mom, and my mom had $500 left of her student loan money. Okay, she didn't buy us nothing that whole year. We're broke. Like, that's just facts. You know what I mean? So I didn't have anything when I was like, we're broke when I was growing up. And my mom had $500 left, and she bought me a PlayStation 2 at EB Games with that last $500. And she was like, "This is all you're gonna get." And she bought me Grand Theft Auto 3. She didn't know what kind of game it was. I was a kid at the time.
Hey. But
it was Grand Theft Auto 3 in the PlayStation 2, and she's just like, "This is what you're getting." And I remember exactly what she said. I remember every word that she said, and I remember going up to the till and seeing the guy's face, and I remember him telling me everything. Like, "Oh, he's like, oh, you're a lucky boy. Like, your mom's buying this for you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I remember just that one moment. You know what I think? Honestly, this is crazy, but I think like that was the one moment where I like actually felt true love. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still didn't have food or anything, and my mom put my happiness first before all that shit that time. So I think that's
how you remember.
So anyway, so long story short, I have when I was 17 that changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a thug, I ain't a gangsta. I'm never gonna fucking say that. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm about. That's just facts. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's.
But all I'm gonna say is when I was 17, I went through some crazy shit that changed my life, the way I was gonna outlook. Because I was going down the wrong path, like I was. You know what I mean? I was hanging out with some crazy people, doing some crazy things. So that's why.
So go in a little bit deeper. What or who inspired you to like veer from that path or get into your music a little bit more?
Honestly, man, I just got to my music. I just got to my music last year. That was when I actually started. I actually did music only a year ago.
You were not writing before that? You started last year?
No, I used to write like poetry. I used to make like, you know, tracks or whatever on like Audacity, but I never put them out, you know what I mean? Because I was just having fun with it. I didn't want to be a rapper. I was like, fuck, I want to be a rapper, you know what I mean, in my head. So, but
what was the click to like, okay, well, I'm going to do this thing. Like, I'm going to be a rapper.
The reason why is because I was good at it. Like, I'm really good at writing. Like, I could write stories and actually make sense, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a talent. You know, obviously I could do some mumbo jumbo and some like natural born killer type shit, which is fun. Everybody loves that kind of music. But I got something that I feel like when I actually think of a concept, I could write it in front of you and you can listen to the lyrics and you actually know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like Ricky Don't Die, that's a story. People think to this day, I was a part of that story. You know, people think that was a real story. So like stuff like that, that's what I'm really gonna aim towards in the future, is what I'm really gonna work on, is like stories and stuff like that. Right? So right now I'm just working on my fan base and, you know, getting people to listen to my music, but then later, I'm gonna really bring out those writing skills, and it's gonna get scary out here, I'm telling you.
So you're talking about stories and Ricky Don't Die, and maybe just something that came up to your mind. I want to join to what's going on in today. So Northeast Side.
Yeah. That was with like the song?
Yeah.
That was the first song I ever dropped. If you ever watched that music video, that was actually here where we are right now at Cassie's house. We had the craziest house party here. Everybody was a part of it, man. Everybody came together for that one party. Like, it was the most craziest thing, and it brought us all together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I could go on and on and on about it, but I'm just keep it short. Like, it was the craziest house party, and the reason why is because my other motto for music is, and I think this is why so many people actually listen to what I have to say to my music and so on and so forth, and why I'm actually gaining a little bit of traction in the city, is because rule number one is like, you have to give people a reason to listen to you. I can't put out music, and why the fuck would you care if there was no reason? So that house party was my reason. I wanted people to come through and have a good time. I knew they weren't here for me because no one even heard any of my music when they were here. But I made it look like it. So when the music video dropped, I knew everybody that was going to have this crazy house party with the limos, the security, all that shit. I knew people were going to share it. And I knew how I was going to get my name out without me having to be like, listen to my music. I let everybody else do it for me.
There's a plan.
It was a plan. This was all part of the plan, man. To this day, we still got plans that are coming. They're working. Like, we're doing the biggest shows in the city. I mean, come on, man.
I'm telling you, about a year. Like, started February, you said, last year?
We started recording in February. We finished the album in, like, I think it was, like, in May. But with the house party, White Lexus wasn't done. We finished White Lexus in May. And then, after, like, a little bit after May, the whole album was done. But the first song I ever released was Northeast Side.
Yeah.
Right? And I had to do it with the video, with the visuals. It had to be big, right? So that was all part of fun.
Man, messed the freaking city up, man.
It did. It did, yeah. It's a dope song.
All right. something related to this, because I would like to touch on something that's quite current, since we have some exclusivity today. There was a few stuff on Instagram sometime, like, as we woke today. I woke up in the morning, and we won't say name.
Oh, we can say the name. Fuck it, let's say the name. Yeah.
So what do you gotta say?
Honestly, man, I'm gonna say this facts. Let me tell you,
So
I've known DaKidT since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I've always been respectful to him. Every time I seen him out or whatever, I was always respectful to him. I always went up with him, said, hey, congratulations on your music, even though I didn't listen to your shit. I just went over and I was like, congratulations, blah, 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 blah. Always nice to him. I was always telling him. And I invited him to the house party. I invited him, one time we had a show, to come up. Me and Ed were there together. We were at the Stampede, and we invited him to that. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to come check you guys out. We were just nothing but love. And then today, all of a sudden, or yesterday, all of a sudden, he just started snapping because they came up with a song called The City. It's a pretty serious track, right? And, you know, so and all of a sudden, he just started talking some shit. So I was like, yo.
So The City, what's the idea? Because The City just came out Friday, like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
What's The City's about? What's The City about?
So basically, if you listen to the intro of The City, right? I wanted it, like, one of my favorite artists in the world is DMX, okay? And I always wanted to make a DMX sounding track. Now, it's like, it's impossible because DMX is just, I believe he's like one of the gods. When you listen to his track, it makes you want to work out. You know, it makes you want to, that's what The City was supposed to be. But basically, the intro is like, if you listen to what Chopper says, he says, yo, one hand can't clap, but a whole lot of hands can make a whole lot of noise. And then it goes, where my dog's at, where my Goonies at, whatever, right? But the reason why I was saying that is I'm not saying like I'm a thug, I'm gonna fucking kill everybody, you know, all this kind of shit. Like I'm not saying let's get in this and let's do some criminal shit. No, I'm asking where y'all at. Let's make this city poppin'. That's what I'm asking. Do you know what I mean? A whole lot of hands. If we have a whole bunch of motherfuckers in the, you know, can I swear in this shit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But if we have a whole bunch of, motherfuckers in here that are really repping the city and everybody's like loving the city and appreciating the city like they do in Toronto, like they do in LA, like they do in New York, then we won't get ignored. That's all I'm saying. And in the lyrics, I never lied. Never once in any of my lyrics have I ever fucking lied. And that's the one thing when DaKidT, he cheesed me because he's like, yo, stop lying, you lying. When I go to the clubs every now and then, this is a fact. They give us bottles. Just for us to come and host. They give us bottles. They give us all this shit just to come and have a good time. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So when I say, yo, when I get shit for free, that's a fact. Another thing, too, is like, yo, I say in the track, I say, yo, I got no criminal record. That ain't coincidence. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not scared to admit that. I know I'm the realest motherfucker because I know I'm real to myself. I don't need to be real for whoever's watching this shit. You know? And another thing, too, is I'll never incriminate myself. You know, because I think that's stupid. I'll never incriminate myself for nobody. You know what I mean? Because that's dumb. Like, not for you, not for nothing. Because when something does happen, nothing happened.
You guys heard it here, man. That's 17 YYYC. We're just going on with the questions. All right.
Okay, so we're talking about lots of stuff, good stuff that's happening now.
Yeah.
What we want to know is, where do you see 17 in 7 years?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, you know, like I said, like I tell everybody that like, you know, does music with me or whatever, I tell them, like, I never got in this to be famous, you know what I mean? I never got in this to make money. Like, I just love doing it. When I say that, I actually mean that. Like, I really do just love doing this, you know what I'm saying? And if it takes me somewhere, so be it. That's awesome. But if it doesn't, that's what I'm trying to build within the city so much, because I can still make history here. People think you need to be on a global scale, on a fucking, you need to be Drake, you need to be like these big people to be successful. But no, if I bring the vibe and it actually brings money into people's art and people's pockets and that becomes successful, are you kidding me? I'm creating history. I'm gonna be a part of hip hop, at least here in my city, for the rest of my until I die. People will remember that because you don't know where it's gonna go. Because it's just like cars. Like it's just like anything that someone creates. First, there's a platform, there's a model. Then next thing you know, more people add to that model, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just like technology. You know what I'm saying? It gets better and better and better because everybody understands where it needs. Like I'm not saying the vibe's perfect. I know it's not gonna be perfect. You know, that's the beauty of it. But I'm letting other people come into the vibe and being able to adapt to it and being able to moderate it. I'm okay. I'm open to taking suggestions for that because I want it to be something for the city where artists can come in and it's a safe haven and everybody there can feel like, yo, they're a part of something in the city. Because I feel like every hip hop artist here, excluding this house, because everybody here, we're part of something. But I mean, like, I feel like everybody else, everywhere else, I feel like they're kind of just like by themselves here and there, here and there. Now imagine if all of us could come together. It's a wrap. Why do we have to go at each other? Why do I have to beef with another artist here in the city when I'm trying to do the same thing as he is? I'm just trying to put on for the city. Why do we have to go at each other? We don't have to do that. You know what I mean? We should be going at other cities. We should be competing on a different level to get us out. Because if we're just arguing back and forth with each other, we're not going to get outside the city. It dies here. That's not my plan. So where I see myself in 7 years, I don't know, but I know that I'm definitely on my way to be doing something great. That's all I can say.
Okay, let's not go 7 years then. Like, so a little closer. Can we look out for some new music after the vibe, before the vibe?
I'm thinking of dropping.
I'm
thinking of dropping an album, but honestly, I'm not satisfied with it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I know there's something missing, and like I'm never gonna put something else just to get something else, just to get my name out there. Like
So
I
is
want
it
to.
like the ATM.
The ATM album, yeah. But there's something missing about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna wait a little bit. You know, I'm not gonna rush anything because I think like my music right now, everything that I've kind of put out, it speaks for itself. The quality is there, the sound, the visuals, the messages are there. You know what I mean? So like I think like I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time and just let my creative juices flow because I'm not trying to rush it.
Yeah. Perfect. You know, making the track.
I'm here for longevity. I'm not here for a short period of time. That's my plan. You know what I mean?
Cool. All right, we're gonna jump into our other segment here that we call the buzz question. Quick questions.
Okay.
Quick. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm just scared.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
What? Okay. All right.
You're at the club. What's the first drink you order?
Shit. The vodka cran.
Right. All right. I just got here in Calgary, 17. Where should I go? Give me a spot in Calgary.
Man, there's a lot. Music's a dope spot. I love music. Shout out DJ New Boy, man. He always treats us like royalty. I think music's a dope spot. You know what I mean? Marquee's also another dope spot too. So shout out Nick too at Marquee.
Nice. So that's where we're going.
If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Japan. Tokyo.
Why?
I was in Tokyo, actually, I was in Japan not too long ago, man, and just like, the one thing I love about the Japanese people, when I was there, the one thing I noticed is that they're so respectful, and the streets are so clean, like, they respect everything, not just people, but like, you know, the streets and everything. And another thing I noticed is that everybody that walks down there, nobody's gazing, like, you know what I mean? I noticed that everybody's walking with a purpose. When I'm down there, everybody's just like, they understand time is like an essence, you know what I mean? They understand time is a valuable thing. I noticed that when I was there, the bus comes at exactly that time. Everybody's crowding in to get in the bus exactly that time. The cabs pull up at exactly when they say they're gonna roll up. Like, everything is so precise in Japan, and it shows. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows. Their craftsmanship down there.
Yeah.
What does everybody buy with cars? It has to be Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Where does most of this technology, like, where's the most advanced technology in the world? It's there. Yeah. It just shows. You know what I mean?
So Japan,
Tokyo. Man. I think the smartest minds are in Japan. I'll say that. I believe that.
All right.
That's why I want to be there.
All right. One producer, last one. One producer you would want to work with. Anyone in the world.
That's tough, man.
Hey, come on, bro. That's the reason it's the buzz question.
There's so many, man. There's so many, man. If I could work with like I'd have to say The Alchemist.
Hey, okay.
I love real hip hop. You know what I mean? And that guy.
So surprising.
You know what I mean? I'm a hip hop head. Like, I really do love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I think The Alchemist would be one, yo. He's done some great things, man. Okay. And yeah, I'd say The Alchemist. All
right.
And he's low key too about it. That's why I like him. He's not all out there. So that's why I'm like, yo.
But when you hear the name, you know, okay, it's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
All right. Last question. You wanna?
So, main question: why YYYC? Why Calgary? Why should people choose Calgary?
You know what? I tell people this all the time, and I say this, and I mean this, man. People downgrade our city all the time. I hear it, and it hurts my heart because they live here. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter because you know why? I always tell those people they're hanging out with the wrong people. I know all the right people in the city. I have like the best people in the world that I honestly think I'll never find these people anywhere else in the world. You know what I'm saying? They live here. The greatest people in the world live right here in this city. And we're going to bring that. And I'm going to bring that to the city. I'm going to show people that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why. It's the people. That's what it comes down to. If anybody else says, yo, if these people are repping it, I can go on forever about that. But if anybody else is repping the city, talking about club life, talking about fucking the money, talking about whatever, then yo, that city's still whack. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are the only thing that matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know the greatest people in the world here, man. I'm friends with the greatest people in the world here, so.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. 17 answer to YYYC. Is there anything else you want to leave us with? A little ask to the guys.
The vibe, man. The vibe, yo. I'm telling you guys, if you're watching this and you're an artist, man, be a part of it. You know, help us build. You know what I'm saying? We're taking suggestions. We're open to it. It's an open platform for artists to come through and say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? And do what they want to do with a venue. And another thing too is that we're gonna have merch tables in the future and stuff for any artist to come through, bring their merch for the night and sell their merch. We're trying to give you a spot where you can make money earn money, and do what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Where can they find stuff about the vibe? More information about the vibe?
We have an IG page. It's called the Vibe 403. It's on IG. And I also got you know, my Instagram is 17403. And the vibe is gonna be taking place at Music Calgary, April 1st. All right, so look into that, man, because it's gonna be big. I'm telling you, it's only gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes on.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us on another episode of YYYC. A show presented to you by YYC Records.
And us 403.
You can get the link right down below, and we'll chat to you soon. See you guys.
Such a pretty girl, too much beauty for the eyes. Tell me, baby, what you doing here tonight? Don't you got a man? Don't you got a man? If you don't, then I'ma take you home and make some plans. Yeah, I'ma get you lit and take you to the sky. Yeah, take that sexy body, baby, for a ride. Your man is such a loser, girl, but you are such a bride.